Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Singletary. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd and 8 coming up. And now they'll throw with Allen. Flush to his right. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. First quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, they're stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll take a shot for the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. One thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around. Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. A great return there of 22 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road, How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Coming left is Kamara. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? On 1st down, Singletary. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. 137 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Brings up 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll give this to Singletary running right. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 2nd and 9, Allen. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They run here with Singletary. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now here's Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
We're going to shut you down.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now finally got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Isaiah McKenzie, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Now this time Mahomes will throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. He's at the 30. 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, winding that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Bass on for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play fake. Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On play action, it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And now here's another interception. Picked off right around the 43. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Forced out to his left. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. Touchdown, Bills. Isaiah McKenzie with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A give. This is Kamara. Room here to run. Pushes him aside at the 45. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 59 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. A first down and more for Edwards-Helaire. And finally down at the 36-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. This is caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 34 yards. And it may only be for pride now, but the Chiefs get a bit closer. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So it's safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole as they'll remain down by a bundle. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken...
And shutting him off, now open field. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, 75 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
But maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good game and a first down.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not the kind of gain that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 20. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. They'll run on first down. Singletary. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Right back to Singletary on second down. Singletary, a first down and more. There he goes, left side. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, 61 yards. And the Bills continue to pour it on. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the... And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Bills head on. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Allen. Being chased out left. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Kamara.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Push him back. Check 99.
Trying the left side with Kamara. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Mahomes now to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to get it back here just past the 35. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Buffalo, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.